It's going to be the Sacramento Kings tonight, 39, 24-1. That is no fluke. That is hard work. And that is you guys coming in here being the sharpest chat I know, bringing winners, bringing the energy. Also, Squad Ride 1, Providence, great. Fuck me. They win games, they cover games. It's fucking annoying. Mikey Over's coming on. Might have changed the vibes. Maybe that'll change everything. Maybe I'll be a Providence guy. Maryland out to a fat lead. They have 75 votes already. And we're going to absolutely attack the college basketball card today. Winners only. All right, so we're Mormons tonight. We're going to be soaking with our winnings, okay? And we're 42, 24-1 in squad rides. Dwayne Wade alley-ooping it left and right every fucking day. Let's go BYU. We're soaking in the winnings. It starts tonight with Manhattan, +5. The Jaspers, they get it done at home for the squad ride. Let's end the best fucking week we've had on this goddamn show so far, all right? Why not us?
There we go.
+115. Boom. You know why? Because I trust the squad ride and that shit prints. What's going on, everybody? Happy BTL Monday, episode 249 piece. Hold the fry, as always, joined by your guys, Krabs and Javon, on this wonderful Monday. Javon, how was the weekend?
Fantastic. Had a pretty good sports weekend, so I was enjoying myself a little bit.
Sure.
Shout out the Heat last night and the Frogs. But yeah, good weekend, good end of the week. Even though you weren't there, you held it down in spirits. Good finish of the week. Another lossless, I guess you could say, week of the squad rides, which was nice. Can't say technically undefeated, but
sure. You can't say it's swept. Yeah, but you can say it's undefeated.
Yeah.
4-0-1 last week, chat. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's what I'm freaking talking about. We need to run that back again this week. You know why? Because I had a little anniversary this past weekend. That's why I missed Friday's episode. And I'm going to need to pay for some of those dinners and some of those gifts. All right, chat. So I mean business this week. We're locking back in. Summer's over for me. Okay, my trips are done. The rest of the summer dedicated to you guys and finding winners. Most importantly, MLB, PLL, whatever we got to do. However, we got to find winners and make that balance green. You know we're going to do it. Nobody else out there is going 4-0-1 in a week in best bets for free. And I'll tell you right now, no one is definitely letting the chat pick the winners as well. It blows my mind how great of a job you have all done, knock on wood, picking winners, clicking the right buttons. Let's run that back again this week. Okay, why not us? Why not us? I got bags I got to pay for. I got dinners I got to pay for. All right, Javon, I need winners this week. We are locked in. Summer's over for me, Danny. Yep, no more fun. No more fun. Only winners. All right, chat, let's freaking lock in. All right, we got plenty to go over today. We'll obviously talk about the Heat for a minute here and the Game 3 lines, which are out. Have to go over the PLL from this weekend. It was absolutely electric. What a great start to the season. All the games were relatively close, high scoring for the most part, and a lot of insane goals. 2 SportsCenter top 10 plays from the PLL this weekend. Insane. So we're going to go over that briefly. If you guys aren't hip to the PLL and finding winners in that sport, figure it out. You're going to be behind. You're going to lose coin. Plain and simple. We might even have these plays start to be squad rides at this rate.
Might have to.
2-0 to start the year this weekend, Javon. 2-0. We'll get to that. We'll do some MLB power rankings and some head-to-head lineups. We're back this week. Took last week off when I was out a couple days, but Javon is still up 3-1 this season in MLB head-to-head lineups. But I like my lineup this week, Javon. I'm coming with the Heat. All right? Coming with the Heat. College baseball, we'll go over a little bit today. And obviously, MLB, all right? There's only about 6 games, but don't worry, chat. We're going to cover them. We're going to cover them. All right? Prize picks, maybe, if we have time. BTL squad rides, the main focus of the day, the week, of our life. Let's keep winning. Let's keep winning. Yeah, 91, 57, and 3, chat. That's no fluke. This ain't no hobby. All right, let's keep hitting bets. I need you guys locked in today. We need to find winners on a limited slate. All right, boys? Need it. Need it. W squad ride from Friday. Already recapped it. W recap. Okay. PLL recap, though. Redwoods +2.5. Freer than air. Freer than air. It was the best bet maybe of all time. First game of the PLL season this year on ABC, prime time. Guys, this guy, Reiner Garnsey from Notre Dame, who's on this team, he is absolutely incredible. Watch this play of him getting thrown around like a rag doll by four or five different defenders on this play, and he's rolling around like he's on fire, like in Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby type, and he ends up putting the ball in net here. This is the type of stuff you're watching when you're betting PLL, chat, and yes, it's on the books. All right, figure it out. But the play was incredible this weekend. If you guys took the Redwoods, and that's my team, I've been rooting for them since the first year of the league. They look great. They pulled off an upset against the best team in the league, the Atlas, who are the favorites to win the PLL. Chat, let me give you a little secret. There should never be favorites to win the PLL because I swear to God, whoever's at the bottom of the league the year before always ends up on top the next year. The draft matters a ton in the PLL, and there are no dynasties in this sport. It is absolute chaos.
Madness.
Chaos. Madness, Javon. You picked a good team, though, this year with the Archers, who also got a nice win this weekend. But how about the Chrome last night, chat? How about the Chrome and how about the rookie, speaking of rookies, Cross Ferreira, who was getting disrespected by the commentators. If you guys can hear this and listen, let's see if we can unmute it.
Cross Ferreira making this last play. Looks like he's going to against Warner.
Commentator goes, we don't want Cross Ferreira making the last play.
Scores! Maybe you do want Cross Ferreira.
Chrome have won the game. Unbelievable.
Words, Clark.
Eat your words, Clark.
Announcer Jinx.
Unbelievable. All-time announcer Jinx. All-time. This kid had one heck of a first game in his PLL career. He won the Salisbury D3 championship literally 2 weeks ago and says he hasn't taken off a day since, which is crazy. They literally ship these guys right from college lacrosse right into the PLL pro. You get no time off. And this kid looks like he hasn't taken any time off. He was the best player on the freaking field out there for the Chrome, and they have Wisnauskas on their team. And he's the best player in the league, people think. So shout out Cross Ferreira, also all-time lacrosse name. My goodness. Cross Ferreira?
Yeah.
He was born to play lax.
That's
And the Chrome ML, they almost blew it. They were up 4 late, but they got it done last night on the ML. And yeah, Garrett Epple is him. Yeah, that's my second cousin, brother. Baltimore kid. He is my grandfather's cousin's grandson. So however you want to relate that, I don't know. I'm no doctor. But Garrett Epple is somehow related to me. Yeah, someone crunch those numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers to crunch.
I'm counting it. All right, Calvert Hall legend. Guys, 2 plays on the SportsCenter top 10. We have to show you. All right, and then we're going to move on here. But insane plays in the PLL. Number 6. I mean, this was just bonkers. No look.
Redwoods
falling to the ground.
Xander
Dixon puts it in net against my guy Jack Kelly. Insane play. And then check out this other one, which is even better somehow. This kid goes through his freaking legs. Look at this.
Insane. They got me bricked.
Yeah, you're Archers.
Yeah.
But these plays were crazy, guys. I mean, if you're not hip to the PLL, there's plenty of time. Okay, we've got 9 weeks left. 9 weeks left in the regular season, plus the playoffs. Lax is sick. Devin gets it. Everyone else needs to grow up. All right, chat. If you want to vote for the player of the week, we'll go ahead and put that link up as well. Had to shout out our guy, Reiner Garnsey, who's up there. He's getting my vote with 6 goals for the Redwoods, carrying them to a win. We'll go ahead and put that up there. If you want to vote for the player of the week in the PLL, go right ahead. All right, these are the 4 dudes who balled out the most. The rookie, Sesselberger, I mean, he dominated. Garnsey, 6 goals, sure. Cross Ferreira, who we just talked about, 4 points in his first game. And then Connor Kelly balled out for the Water Dogs, and they won by 1 as well this weekend. What an opening PLL weekend it was. We made money, 2-0. They had crazy freaking goals. All the games were close. Guys, unless you want to be betting baseball the entire rest of the summer, hop on the train before it's too late. That's all I'm going to say.
Here we go.
All right? Unbelievable. W. All right, let's pivot over to MLB. All right, it's been about 2 weeks, Javon. We need to go over our power rankings briefly here and let the people know how we have the league laid out currently. All right, obviously your Rays coming in at number 1, and we'll get this graphic up here for you guys shortly. The Rays are coming in at number 1, Javon. You think the Rangers at number 2 with their offense right now? I mean, they might be the best offense in baseball. They can't stop hitting.
Yeah. It's unreal. I mean, they've gotten they haven't played many real teams in a couple weeks. It's kind of like the the Rays' start to the season. So, like, not that it's not impressive, but they're doing exactly what they should. And their offense has been hitting any pitcher that is thrown out at them, which is crazy. So they're 1A, 1B with the Rays. I mean, the Rays have looked a little human, I guess, the past couple of weeks. So they haven't done anything to lost that spot, but they haven't done anything to kind of confirm it either. So it's very close between the two of them. They're both playing pretty well.
Yep. We get the Braves at number 3, who I still think will be the World Series winner, best overall team in baseball. Orioles have to be in the top 5, whether we like it or not. Right now, they are a top 5 team in baseball. Some might say they should be even higher on this list. Some might say it. I'm not, but they have to be top 5. Got them at number 4. Dodgers, yes, they lost the series to the Yankees over the weekend, but they are still a top 5 team in baseball without a doubt. Shout out the D-backs who are back.
Yeah.
They're playing incredible ball. Javon, talk about the Snakes for a little bit and how they've had so much success.
Snakes are awesome. I mean, they're another team that's probably benefited as of late with some pretty fortunate matchups outside of the Braves, but even against the Braves, I mean, that lineup is clicking on all cylinders. Ketel Marte has been incredible. Corbin Carroll's been incredible. They even had guys like Pavin Smith. They've been putting him lead off most of these games. He's been really impressive. Christian Walker's doing his thing. Like, top to bottom, it's probably the best that lineup has been hitting as a collective all season. And they've had guys like that were struggling, like Jake McCarthy, who's starting to become a spark in that offense, as well. So, I mean, the pitching's been there for the most part, and that lineup is just killing everybody right now. So they're scary team.
Yeah. We knew they were going to be good this season. I don't know if we thought they were going to be this good, but shout out their organization for, grooming this young core and picking the right guys in the draft and keeping these dudes together, because their young core is very good. All they need is another arm or two, maybe another bullpen arm. This D-backs team might make the damn playoffs at this point. I mean, right now they're absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it.
They'll make the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs? Okay.
Yeah.
Astros at 7, have to be top 10. Hate them, hate their guts, but they have to be top 10. They're here again. Brewers, top 10 again. They deserve it. They've won 4 out of their last 5 this past week. They're playing good baseball. They're finding ways to win. Doesn't really make much sense. They're not very flashy, but they're winning baseball games. They should be up here on this list. Hate to put the Yankees up here, but they are at number 9. They are playing better baseball recently. Shout out Aaron Judge, absolutely carrying their offense. And then the Blue Jays are playing decent baseball as well. They're up here in the top 10. Chat, who do we miss? Is there anybody who should be on this list who we didn't make? Let me know. Javon, this list looks pretty good to me, though.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, first team out for me has got to be the Marlins. I think they're really running up that back end. And again, they've, had a series against the A's. They've had a couple pretty easy series, call that. I think they start one against the Royals starting today, but that lineup, definitely not the Mets. But that lineup, even with like Soler is not on the hottest streak of his life like he was for like that 2-week stretch, and everybody else is picking it up. Luis Arias, what do you have, 5 hits in a game Sunday or Saturday?
He's hitting 390 still.
Nobody's
talking about it.
That's absurd.
390, chat.
He is having one of the best seasons like I've ever seen from a hitting standpoint. And he's hitting well. De La Cruz is hitting well. Even like the back end of that lineup is giving you a couple runs in production, like in a given game, which on paper they're horrendous, but they're hitting.
They're hitting the damn ball. They deserve to be on this list.
Yeah.
What's up, Dwarf Noah? That's my dwarf. What's up, East? 5 for 5 with 3 doubles. I bet. Holy smokes.
I don't care who you're, even against the A's. It's wild.
Yep. Agreed. All right. Something else we had to show you guys from Twitter that I saw this morning. I don't know if this is true or not. I hope for this guy that it's not true. But I don't think I could not show this to you guys and read through this and try to decipher what the heck is going on and if this is real. Okay. Well, I came home from work the other day and the wife was with 3 other guys. Long story short, I spent Memorial Day weekend in the county jail. Just got out 2 days ago, had to catch up on some much needed grinding. I've been playing since 11 a.m. Friday. I played 27 hours straight of Road to the Show, franchise, and even a little bit of Diamond Dynasty. Sure, not like anything else is going on in your life, buddy. I was worried what my boss would think of me. I'm missing work last week, but no worries. He was totally cool with it. He just said, be in on Monday and we'll talk then. I'm sure that talk will go great. And then last night I got to see the Twins take on the Guardians. Sure, this seems like a good time in your life to go to a ball game over the weekends. I bet. Nothing else going on. And they lost 4-2. But that's okay. I got a Joe Ryan bobblehead. I got my Diamond Dynasty rating up to a 5.57 now, and the grind never stops. Chat, what the hell is this? What is this? Is this real? I hope to God it's not. It looks to me like an MLB The Show streamer spent a little bit too much time on the PS5 and not enough time in the bedroom with his wife. And next thing you know, he finds a couple gentlemen in there with her. And instead of maybe, changing up what's going on in his life, this guy says, I'm just going to go to the ball club and ballpark and get a bobblehead. And that'll take the edge off. That'll fix it. Let me go ahead and play 24 hours straight of Road to the Show. That'll fix it. Holy smokes, chat.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should feel bad for this guy, if it's his own damn fault. I don't know if I respect him just getting back into the lab and playing for 27 hours straight. I don't know if I respect that or if that's just the craziest thing I've ever heard. I don't even know what to think about this. But I had to show you guys this. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The funniest part is, like, for those who know Diamond Dynasty, 557 is not very good. So, like, he's been playing that whole time. I think that's, like, depending on how much you play the game. Like, if you start a season, that's, like, where you start. So, like, he's been playing Diamond Dynasty while his wife's getting triple teamed, and he's just not good. So, like, that's the funniest part of all for me.
You're telling me he was all for nothing?
Yeah, all for nothing.
Oh, this poor guy. I hope our man Jet, if that's his name, I hope Jet gets that rating up because he deserves it, man.
And
He absolutely deserves it. My goodness. All right, get this off the damn screen. Holy smokes. Get this guy off of here. I don't know if I should feel bad for him or if this is a reminder to all of us that we need to maybe make sure we are spending enough time with our significant other and not, 27 hours on the PS5. Who knows what's going on in that room? Okay,
Yeah.
Good reminder for me for sure. Holy smokes. What the heck? Crazy. Was thinking about downloading MLB The Show. I don't know if I want to anymore. If this is a potential outcome, I think I'm out.
Yeah, he just
Holy smokes, boys. Holy smokes. All right, let's get to some winners. All right, we have an MLB head-to-head lineup for this week that we need to go over, and then we're going to dive into some bets, chat. We got plenty of time today. Not that many games, okay? We have some CBB talk, some MLB talk, obviously, but it's a short card. That's why we're talking about MLB The Show mishaps, I guess we could call it. Let's go to the MLB head-to-head lineup, though, okay? Javon is 3-1 on the year. I'll give you that, Javon, but I'm red hot. I'm coming off a win. I have not lost in the last 2 weeks. Now, did we not have a contest last week? Sure. That doesn't matter. I still haven't lost in the last 2 weeks. I'm right there. Got you right where I want you, Javon. Down 1-3. All right. I'm rolling with Musgrove, who's pitching. When is he pitching? Musgrove is pitching tomorrow, I believe. Who's he going against? Seattle. I believe he's pitching this week, and they really have not seen him much, and I like what Musgrove has done up on the bump. I want to continue to back the Padres. I think they're going to win in that game. So I'm backing Muskie. It was a tough week to find a pitcher. I'm sure you can agree.
Yeah, a little bit.
With Luzardo as your pick. I'm going with Seager, who is debatably the hottest hitter in baseball over the past week or so. He's hitting over 400, 10 RBIs this past week in one of the hottest offenses in baseball. It seems like he went a similar route as well. And then I went Mookie, who's also red hot right now, hitting 360 over his last 7 with 5 RBIs and 4 home runs. So it's looking like Mookie has finally showed up for the Dodgers over the past week or so, and I want to back him and the Dodgers as well to continue hitting the ball great. I got Muskie, Seager, and Betts. Javon, let the people know who you're rolling with this week.
Yeah, so I went Luzardo. I mean, I tried to attack a lot of bad teams, and I guess the Cardinals are bad, I guess you could say, but it's more their pitching staff that I was attacking. And yeah, Seager crazily still has quite a bit of life on the go well prop, even with his injury. But I decided to attack a lot of bad teams. You got Jesus Luzardo, who the Royals have been terrible against left-handed pitching. Honestly, like over the course of the season, better than you'd think. But for Luzardo, I think there's a lot of swing and miss in that lineup against left-handed pitching. So I think he pitches tomorrow. A lot of upside there, even if they roll out their little lefty lineup, which includes like Olivares and Michael Garcia. I'm not too worried. So I think he has a pretty good outing. That game total is also at 7.5, which gave me some confidence with him and Greinke on the road. So that's why I went with him there. Semien, kind of same line as Seager. I was deciding between the two, but I saw some lefties on the schedule for the Rangers, so I decided to go with Semien, who I think has a pretty good day today as well. Same thing for Corbin Carroll. A lot of good matchups, I guess you could say. He's facing the Nationals, and I think they get what? Jake Irvin, Patrick Corbin, which it's lefty-lefty, but it is what it is. And then Josiah Gray, who I think he has a shot to have some pretty big games, especially first game against Jake Irvin there. He's been absolutely red hot, stolen base upside, always there for some fantasy points as well. So I think the guys have a good week.
Yeah, Corbin's good for at least 2 steals in that series. K-Bart Ruiz, love him to death. Not the best defensive catcher back there, not really throwing guys out very often. So yeah, you'll get some fantasy points there from steals for sure. I'm hoping Seager stays red hot as well as Mookie, and Musgrove continues to progress and pitch better every start. All right, chat? Need it. It was tough to pick starters. Are you guys not allowed to pick a starter with 2 starts this week? If you find a starter who has 2 starts this week, Monday through Friday, you let me know, because I don't think that exists.
Yeah.
If you can find that, let me know. Okay, Flyer faithful? I don't think that's a thing that happens in baseball, though. Okay. W's. Javon, we need to talk about some college baseball bets for today. All right, not a lot of MLB going on. We need to diversify. And I know you've been tapped in to the college baseball playoffs. Where are we at today?
Yeah, so usually today is reserved only for the possible game 7s. So for people who don't know how it works, you have a regional with 4 teams. It's double elimination. So you usually have a team going to the winner's bracket, or 2 teams going to the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket. So at this point, like usually last night is supposed to be the game where you have the 2-0 team out of the winner's bracket play the 1-1 team from the loser's bracket. And if the winner wins, they move on. If the winner loses, then they play a do or die game today, because it's double elimination. Rainouts have kind of made it a little complicated. So we have some of those 2-0, 1-1 games going today. And if the undefeated team loses, then they will play a game 7 later tonight. So you got some of the earlier games are going to be those 2-0, 1-1 games. I think Florida, Texas Tech are playing right now. I think that actually might be a game 7 type game. I'm not really sure, but you got a lot of games here today, and it's interesting. Shout out my man, John Big Nut Peters. I know he was talking a lot about Arkansas rolling over TCU. That happened. They lost by 15 runs yesterday, which was fun. Josh, I don't know if you can bring up that tweet too. One of the craziest performances I've ever seen in college baseball, and I've watched quite a bit of it. 3 home runs from a guy who had 2 home runs all season, 2 grand slams in the first 2 innings, 11 RBI against one of the better pitching staffs in the country. That was incredibly dominant. And we have Braden Taylor, who's a top 10 draft pick, or at least top 15 if you want to be extremely generous. He went 4 for 6 in that game with 4 runs and 4 RBI, and he was nowhere close to the best player on the field, which is absolutely insane. And
you're telling me this kid hit 3 home runs yesterday?
3 home runs, 2 grand slams in his first 2 ABs in the first 2 innings. It was absolutely understandable.
Who is this kid?
Trey Richardson, who he transferred from Baylor, ironically, which that doesn't happen very often as much as the schools are rivals, but he's not a power hitter by any means, and all 3 of his home runs were right where that one was, to the opposite field, which I don't know how that happens for a guy who is, two all year. He's really just I don't want to say a slap hitter, because that's pretty disrespectful, but he's not hitting tanks, I'll tell you that.
Not a power guy. He was last night.
Yeah, he was last night.
Holy smokes.
So, yeah, and it's interesting, too. A lot of people have been asking me in the DMs and in the chat, why are TCU underdogs today in this game, which makes it like that's why a lot of these games are very difficult, because you have the added element that, yes, like TCU just destroyed them yesterday. So in theory, them being, plus 140 underdogs would be weird, but it's also because you have the fact added in that they only have to win once today. Well, Arkansas
out of 2 potential games.
Out of 2 potential games. If they win once, it's over. If Arkansas wins the first game, you got to beat them again. So that's why a lot of these lines are going to be heavily skewed towards those teams that are 1-1, because they're in desperation mode, especially if it's like Arkansas, who is the host team and the better team on paper, at least.
Yep, 100%.
That's what makes it difficult, but it's going to be a hell of a day today. You have a lot of good matchups, not just Arkansas, TCU, but I will say Arkansas's bullpen destroyed. I think I saw some tweet that was like showing all the pitches thrown by all the bullpens of these teams. And because like Arkansas starter yesterday was like 1+ innings and they had a guy come out of the bullpen and throw 80 pitches. And then Arkansas had to come back and play an hour later than that in their game against Santa Clara. They've thrown like 3 times the amount of pitches than any other bullpen that's playing today. So they're really struggling with arms, a team who really won the arms race coming into this, or at least looks like it on paper. So I feel oddly confident.
Okay, so what you're saying is TCU squad ride plus 140 today.
Could be. I mean, I kind of like that over more so than anything. 16.5, taking advantage of the bullpens. Because to be real with you, I think TCU scores runs either way, but their pitching staff is definitely not a strength. So if Arkansas comes out with any sort of fight, they're going to win this game by putting up 10. That's the only way I see it happening.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a ton of sub bangs we need to go over the past 30 minutes. Holy smokes, chat. Josh Mitty coming in with a sub bang, 14 months, Krabs PLL sharp. Let's freaking go, my man. Hope you tailed responsibly, and I hope you freaking cashed. Like lightning coming in with a sub bang. Let's freaking go, my man. Iron Bovine, I bet. Let's go. Token picks. Sending my love from federal prison. Yep, I'll pick you up when the squad ride loses. It might be a while, though, my man. Might be a while, Token picks. You've been there all week. Lieutenant Goose. You already know the goose is loose. What's up, Beast? 17 months. Fat Girls Inc. Yard time. Yes, sir. Enjoy it. Might not last too long. Fat Girls Inc. Total Slayer. Sub bang. Let's get it, fellas. Let's freaking go, dude. Rhino Fusion 85 YouTube. Don't know what that means, but it's a cool sounding name. 7-month sub bang. Beast. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hype trains are rolling. Vibes are up, chat. All right. This is what happens when you go 4-0-1 on squad rides. Okay. The vibes are up. We're hitting more bets today. Okay. Javon, what else do you like on the CBB board today?
I don't like too much. I haven't looked, Josh, if you want to scroll down to these later games, because it's probably some of the more interesting ones. I like Texas A&M today. That's probably the one that I would go with. And it's probably a little biased in there because Stanford is one of those teams year in, year out who they're always that team that comes in kind of – I don't want to compare them to the Zags of like college basketball, but they kind of are. They're really good all season, very dominant. Their pitching staff is a strength of their team year in, year out. It just doesn't come to compete in the tournament against a lot of the big boys because the Pac-12 is not very good. And Texas A&M is one of those teams that I kind of earmarked early on, even before I saw the draw of the regional. They're playing really good baseball. And it also, I have to say, feels awfully written in the stars for us to get a Texas A&M regional, which is what it's looking like it could be. I don't know who would be hosting that because they're both 2 seeds, I'm pretty sure. But that I wouldn't want to get in front of the Aggie team right now. And I think Stanford is not in position to do that either.
Okay. Well, let's hope I can get back to vintage crabs today. Chiete needs it.
There we go.
Freaking needs it. Somebody let me know what that means. I'm going to work on it. Okay? How can I be better? Stanford lost last year to some mid-major school. I remember it was crazy. I remember watching it. Do you remember who they folded against last year? It's on the tip of my tongue. Gosh. Somebody in chat might know as well. Who did Stanford blow it against?
Was it one of the UC games maybe?
I don't remember, but if you're saying they're like Gonzaga and they blow it every year, I definitely wouldn't mind taking the red-hot Texas A&M team.
Oh, they lost to the SEC in the College World Series.
Dang, who am I thinking of?
They got 0-2 by Arkansas Auburn. They got killed by Arkansas.
Okay. Oregon State plus 1.5 last game covered. Now plus 2.5 today. Did they get blown out today? That's a good question, Fuzzy. Huh. It might have been Oregon State I'm thinking of from last year. It was one of those West Coast teams who was always dominant, who lost to a mid-major in the regionals, and it was crazy. I can't remember it, though, chat. Gosh. You're right. Stanford made it to Omaha last year, 100%. 100%. I think Oregon State wins, Kaprizov saying. Do you have any thoughts on that Oregon State game, Javon?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to attack LSU, It's definitely the point to do it when you're getting to the Monday games, because really the back end of their rotation and the bullpen is the difference.
That's what it was. That's what it was. They did okay. They bounced back and they got in. My fault, guys. My fault. Continue.
I mean, this is another game I probably wouldn't mind an over in today, because both of these teams, again, like you get to today, and a lot of these teams are pretty much lacking in the bullpen department. It's not just Oregon State. It's not just LSU. It's the both of them. So I think we get a good amount of runs here. But again, if you do want to attack LSU, it's when they got these arms pitching. So I don't mind Oregon State, but I don't know. That's a weird game. I'd probably wait on that one.
Okay. All right. Florida bang. Yeah, does anybody have a hockey play tonight? I sure as heck
They're
don't.
talking about actual Florida.
Okay. They're talking about literally Florida playing right now bang.
Yeah.
Could be a sign.
Playing Tech.
Could be a sign. Got to be careful saying that, but it could be. Could be a sign. Andrew Abbott, UVA legend, on the bump for the Reds today to fight off a sweep. Give me the Reds ML. Maybe this is a perfect time to pivot to the MLB slate today. It's a shortened card, chat. It ain't much, but it's honest work, and we need to find some winners. All right, Javon, what do you think about your Reds? Also, let's get a Reds pulse check on that future. How we looking? How we feeling?
I feel pretty good. Over the past week, they've been, say, unfortunate circumstances with like their bullpen. They've made some questionable call-up decisions. I like this one because they need depth right now, pitching-wise. And Abbott's a guy who I'm really excited about. But just around the corner, we have Ellie De La Cruz in about a week and a half, it looks like. Hopefully, Christian Encarnacion Strand as well. So I'm pretty excited because I do really like where the lineup is going. It'll help get Kevin Newman only in platoon spots where he's been really good. So that lineup I'm loving what I'm seeing there. It's just the pitching. It's got to get it together a little bit, but we knew we were getting into it that.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think they'll even go out and get an arm? Like, will they get a bullpen arm if they're still lingering around? Like, when's the last time the Reds went out and got a couple guys at the deadline? I don't even think it's ever happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what they're going to do there. We'll see, because I mean, a lot of those guys at the top end, like Abbott's a guy who I think is going to be a permanent starter for the rest of the season in the rotation, and they're not going to go 6-man rotation like they are right now, but they might have to for the foreseeable or near future because of the lack of, I don't know, how taxed their bullpen's been. They're going to do that for the future, but I don't know. They might just move one of these guys to the bullpen and give them kind of a long relief guy. So we'll see how that works out, but I don't know if I can ever see them getting an arm at the deadline.
Okay. I mean, they might need one, and also this geeked me out last night. Although it's not funny, Lodolo's hurt. I didn't even know he got hurt.
Yeah.
And Trent tweeted out last night, so no one was going to tell me this news. Dude was projected 50 Ks, more than his season line. Shit was so free. But he's going to the IL for 60 days, man. Brutal.
Yeah. Hate to see that.
Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. Lauren chirping. It was never the Horned Frog.
I bet.
Oh, man. Yeah, that could hurt. That could also help them with how he's looked recently. My goodness. That could hurt. Or
also
help.
true. And shout out Dwarf for the sub banks.
Let's freaking go, Dwarf. That's my Dwarf. Let's go, Beast. DJ Lean coming in with another sub bang. I bet, bro. God Synth. Swimming in coins since tailing the squad ride. Good. Keep tailing it, bro.
There we
Keep
go.
freaking tailing it. All right, Beast. Javon, how Randy Rosarina doing? I took him under runs today. Ooh, that could be sharp.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm definitely not taking this over.
Okay.
Randy's in a slightly cold stretch, which I never try to catch the falling knife with him because his approach to the plate is very hot and cold. No arguments for me.
Okay. W's. Awesome. Let's start at the top. All right, we'll start with the Rays and Boston game, which starts up at 4 Eastern in about 3 hours, chat. Your guy McClanahan up on the bump, Javon. Pitching in Fenway, though, totals at 9. What are your thoughts on this game and your Rays today? I mean, Shane's been freaking great. I do think he gets a win, but I don't know, man. That total's high. I know it's Boston. I know Bayo is all over the place, inconsistent. How is this game going down?
This game kind of scares me a little bit.
Okay.
And not just because this line has come down, but Shane, I think he's going to have some trouble even against like those lefties because talk about his walk rate has been a lot higher than in past years, even with as well as he's been pitching. So against like patient teams or at least patient spots in a lineup, like a Yoshida type guy, like a Verdugo type guy, I could see him getting into a lot of deep counts very early in this game, which is not good, especially for the Rays bullpen. That's been one of the worst in the league in the past month or so. So like that combined with on the other side, Brian Bayo is a guy who like a lot of these high upside strikeout guys that are right-handed pitchers against the Rays, they found a lot of success. For anybody who rode with that combo square that I posted yesterday, a lot of that was honestly based on Tanner Houck, who I think had 6 strikeouts. And he's a guy who strikeout-wise profiles very similarly against the Rays to Brian Bayo. Maybe Brian Bayo even has a little bit more upside. So I think he can pitch kind of well here. I wouldn't mess around with that total. I do think it's a little high, but I would call bluff on it if it wasn't for the bullpens that we're going to see at the end of the game, especially if I think the Rays bullpen's going to be out there a little longer. So I'm definitely not taking the Rays today. Say that.
Okay. Somebody in chat said take a peep at Bayo's earned runs on Prize Picks. It's looking like it's at 2.5, and he's been lights out recently. Could be a good sign for your Rays.
Could be. I would hope so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, peep that. Interesting.
That could be nice.
Interesting. Yeah, give me the over. That total's high with the game Shane's pitching in. I don't care where they're playing. I don't care if they're playing on the moon. That's a high total. That's a high total. Dwarf coming in with more sub bangs. Holy smokes, dude. 5 more sub bangs for the people. What a beast. What a freaking beast. He said he's up units, tailing us. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. All right, what about the Tigers and Phillies here? We've got Wentz, the lefty, going against Nola, who's got to get back on track here. I mean, my goodness, he's better than how he's been pitching. Wentz is a trash can. The Phillies stink, though. I'm in no rush to bet them, but that total is down from 9 to 8.5. A little surprising to see that total moving down with these two arms in the bump with how they've been pitching recently. But it is the Tigers' offense facing a righty, and it is the Phillies' offense who have been putrid of late. Who's winning this game, Javon? It's got to be the Phillies. Do you think the Phillies are more of a heavy favorite than you expected here? Like, does Nola deserve to be honest to anybody?
Maybe not.
It almost gives me Phillies money line vibes last night against the Nats when I was like, Suarez minus 250, lefty against the Nats, and then what do the Phillies do? They win big. Maybe they get going here. I don't know, but I feel like that's a lot of respect for Nola, is it not?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, their offense has been pretty bad, like you've been saying. But I mean, yesterday, Schwarber getting kicked up was a welcome sight for them. And I'm not saying that just based on one game that he's going to be absolutely incredible now after sitting 150 or whatever it was for most of the season. But if he's getting going, that's a scary sight for that offense. And I think he kind of does start to get up, not just today, but a lot of these matchups that they have coming up this week. I think it'll be a pretty welcome sight for him. So I can't back the Phillies myself after how many did they score yesterday? Double digits? I don't know if I can do that, but it does seem like a pretty big price. This screams maybe we get another Wentz masterclass a little bit like he did against the Rangers, so he pitches kind of well. But Aaron Nola just outduels him like a 5-2 game, something like that.
So you like that under?
Yeah. I don't mind it. I'm not betting it because of the amount of times that I've seen it already, but I lean that way for sure.
Okay. And hey, maybe the Phillies are just overvalued still by the books after going to the World Series last year. You know, their lines have been fat all season, and nothing's really changed. Only thing that's changing is the more losses in their loss column for the Phillies. God, they're terrible right now. It's crazy. But yeah, maybe a trip to DC for Kyle Schwarber, hit a couple nukes in June, was just what the doctor ordered for him. I mean, Lord knows they need him to get going. My goodness. Chat, I lean, and somebody asked earlier about the lean in Tampa, Boston. I guess you showed up a little late. We like the over in that game. But Detroit, Philly, I mean, I think the under would have to be the play just based off the way the lines move, and it makes not a lot of sense to me how that total is almost down to 8 at this point. It's already at 8 on some books. with how bad Wentz and Nola have been. I think we get a pitcher's duel type game like you mentioned earlier, Javon. I'm with you. Phillies are brutal against lefties. I bet. Phillies -1.5. You're not going to catch me betting -1.5 for the home team, my man. No chance. Especially this team. I mean, my goodness. And are the Phillies better against left-handed pitching? Let's see.
No,
Phillies.
they're terrible.
They're terrible against lefties.
Yeah, they're garbage, or at least have been. And I think it's going to
Yeah.
probably start to uptick a little bit, but to this point, they've been atrocious.
Okay. All right. Give me the under in that game. I don't know how it's hitting, but it's hitting. It's one of those plays. All right.
Can only hope.
Can only hope. What about Kansas City POD Royals? I can't bet on them. Thank God. I'm happy I can't. They got Hernandez up on the bump today. That'll work out well against Garrett and the red hot Miami Marlins, who are 4 games over 500, a third into the season. Very, very impressive. Nobody's talking about it. It is the Marlins. Who knows how long it's going to last, but they are overperforming, to say the least, them and the Nationals. You guys know I had to throw that in there. Miami's going to win this game, but that line has come down from +145 to +130 for the POD Royals. You guys know I can't freaking read the Royals at all. This team literally owns me. So I will not be giving my take on this game. But that line with Hernandez on the bump is a little low with how well Garrett's pitched overall the past month. Javon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I mean, I think this is going to be an interesting game because I think Carlos Hernandez is maybe going to be a little more extended than an opener, but he's not going out for like a full start. So like it's super tough to like bet on the Royals when it's some form of a bullpen game, I guess you kind of could say. And yeah, maybe they're not 2-3 innings at max, it seems. So he's like a little more than an opener, but he's not a starter either. But the one thing that we always say with the Royals, they hit the ball very, very hard. So the times that they have, I guess a shot to win a game is when you're facing a pitcher that's going to give up a lot of hard contact. And despite some of their struggles against left-handed pitching, Braxton Garrett gives up a lot of hard contact. So I wouldn't be shocked today. I don't know where this line's going to finally settle, but I want to wait to see what the exact plans are and the lineup and everything. I might take a stab depending on if that +1.5 stays at a bettable price, because I think it's going to be a pretty contested game down to the stretch, down to the wire. I don't know if there's going to be that much scoring, but I think they'll be all right. 7.5 total is a little weird too, I would say, on back-to-back days. So I do think they're going to be okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Salvi 3-run nuke, and that's the only thing that keeps them in the game, and it works, to be honest.
Okay. Is that total low? Or is this just 2 crummy offenses and I'm overthinking it?
I mean, it's definitely – the Marlins have been better. They've been pretty solid. But the Royals' offense has been bad with their pitching staff in a bullpen game. This seems quite awfully low.
Okay.
I'll say that. But
I agree.
It's a little weird. So that's kind of the reason why I was leaning towards trying to target that +1.5 for a juicy price, as long as it kind of stays it's at that -145. And if it stays there, doesn't go any higher, I'll probably take that. But yeah, this is I don't want to say a perfect matchup for the Royals, but it's definitely one of those that you could target.
Okay. Royals and the under. 2 leans in this game. Stay posted if Javon's betting it. I sure as hell am not. Nope. Not doing it. No thanks. Maybe that under. I'm a lot of bet totals in these games, but I'm sure as hell not betting Carlos Hernandez. He'll probably throw a perfect game tonight. They'll just leave him out there.
Yeah.
They'll just leave him out there. He'll probably throw – what did Matt say? He's going 2 to 3 innings?
Yeah.
Right? After 3 innings of immaculate pitching, they might leave him out there. 27 pitches, 27 strikes. I could see it. Give me the under.
Hey, as long as it's not a lefty. The Marlins have been good against lefties. We'll keep them out.
Okay. Speaking of lefties, JP Sears is pitching today. Oh, no. That's not good for Oakland. I mean, the Athletics manager's got to wake up when JP Sears is pitching and just roll back over and go back to sleep. I mean, what's there to do? What's there to do today with JP Sears up on the bump? Now, has Pittsburgh been good against lefties? Are they going to cause some issues here? Or is JP Sears going to look like DeGrom in his prime against the Pirates today?
I mean, JP Sears has been pretty good. He's had like a handful of really good starts in a row. He's been one of the few bright spots in that rotation. So I mean, there's a reason why I guess the A's are pretty popular today against the Pirates, who haven't really been hitting anything well prior to sweeping the Cardinals. I believe they did this past weekend. So I mean, I don't know if I can go with the A's. I was initially kind of in on taking a stab at them until I saw how unanimously popular they were across the board. Does feel like a spot where they do win and keep it close. So like spot wise, it makes a whole lot of sense with the A's having a letdown of a series after one of their best of the season, coming against the Pirates team is probably riding as high as they've been since their streak towards the beginning of the year. So it says JP Sears ML or plus 1.5, but can't get involved personally.
Give me the over in this game. And chat, thanks for keeping me correct. Javon, keep me correct. JP Sears in his last 4 starts, 2 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, 1 earned run. He has been significantly better of late. A little too good, some might say. Totals up to 9 from the 8 opener. Not like these 2 offenses really deserve that. Now, it's not like their bullpens are elite, right? It's not like these 2 starters are elite, but that total's a little high for me. And I like the way it's moving, especially like you guys said, with how well JP Sears has pitched recently, right? Give me the over in this game. Don't overthink it. No pun intended.
Fair enough.
All right. Houston and Toronto. Hey, happy Alek Manoah Day, everybody. Let's freaking go. Look at that. Manoah's a favorite once again. Crazy. The line has moved about 10 cents back towards Houston from the opener, which is a good sign for Houston backers. Are you surprised to see our guy, Alek Manoah, still getting respect like this on the lines?
Yeah, maybe to a degree. I thought that opener was a little weird. I feel a lot better now that it's come back, but a lot of it, I guess, just has to do with Bielak, who's kind of been the anti-Alek Manoah as far as line respect. So I'm, regardless of whether it's a trap or not, I'm falling for it. I'm taking the Astros. I think a lot of them match up very, very well, and I don't necessarily think Bielak is going to pitch all that well. I guess you could say maybe the over 10 is a solid look there too. But Alek Manoah against some of these hitters, especially the lefties, like probably my favorite prop on the board today, which will have a write-up out very shortly. But Kyle Tucker is my guy. And Josh, I don't know if you want to click on this game because I didn't take it because of this, but I thought this was awfully strange because usually when I'm taking a fantasy score, go to batter props up at the top in that little scroll bar thing, and then go to hits, runs, and RBI. You probably have to scroll down a little bit, but I don't take it because of this, but I thought that it was awfully strange. Usually you go to any plus matchup and you see Jordan is usually at 2.5 or very, very juicy. He's at minus 145 to the over 1.5, which that's a little lower than I would have expected. And you see up at the top there, Kyle Tucker is minus 170, which they've had him up for hits, runs, and RBI quite a few times in the past week or so, just on the books because he was minus 110, minus 120. Obviously, you expect a little more juice against Alek Manoah in a 10 total game, but that price discrepancy against Jordan is extremely it threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
In a good way, because I really like Kyle Tucker because you can break it down a little bit. Manoah is terrible against lefties. You got to look into more of the advanced stats like the FIP, a lot of the things that you can see when you read the write-up, but it's a lot deeper than you expect. And Alek Manoah against lefties, ton of fastballs, which, yes, Jordan can kill fastballs, but Kyle Tucker has been one of the best fastball hitters in the league for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
That, along with the possible stolen base threat, too, which is really nice, especially against Alek Manoah. I'm taking him.
Okay. W question as well. Anyone know when the merch is coming? Can't find a tracking number. First of all, merch is taking forever. We appreciate you guys being patient. Okay. It's coming this week. All right. It's getting shipped out early this week is what we've heard. Stay patient. It's coming. We appreciate everybody who bought a shirt. It's on the way this week. All right, guys. I haven't got my stuff either. I need it. All right. It's coming though. We'll be patient. It'll come. All right. It'll be like Christmas. All right, boys. Appreciate the question, Ryan. It's HD. I got you, brother. I got you. All right. W's. Sure. Give me Houston on the ML. Let's keep fading Manoah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm with it. Total at 10 as well. How has Belak been? Has Belak been okay?
He's been all right. It's hard to say, like, relative to whatever expectations you have for the guy. I know you had one, I guess you could call blow up start against the Brewers in that little weird series where they really struggled. But other than that, he's been pretty solid. Yeah, that's a funny comment.
It's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
No,
you guys like first 5 over? I don't mind the over one bet.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind the over one bet.
This was almost, I know you weren't here for this, but this was almost a something that I was looking at, like Zach Wheeler on Friday. But the reason I don't really like it is because I do think Manoah, I mean, he's had control issues pretty much this entire season, and especially against like the top of that lineup for the Astros. It's super patient. I could see him ending what? I know it's 4.5 on the books, but 5 on Prize Picks. Probably pretty big push potential with 3 or 4 walks. So like I didn't want to get involved with that too much, but I do like the matchup for a lot of those guys.
Yeah, we got burned on his last start taking that, huh? Walking people all over the place. Yeah, or at least I took his last start. I think he only gave up a couple hits, but a ton of walks, pitched like crap.
Yeah, that's what
he's probably going to do that again tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Don't overthink it, chat. Houston ML. All right, let's keep fading Manoah and this good Toronto team as Houston continues to play better and round into midseason form. All right. We knew the Astros were coming, and they're here. They're here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, boys. Milwaukee and Cincy. Sure. We already talked about Cincy a little bit. How about Julio Teheran? How did he pitch in his last start? I know he had a legacy first start.
Oh, he's been lights out.
Loss. I think he earned the loss in his second start, but he still pitched very, very well. So it looks like he's completely back. Crazy. The dude hasn't even been in the MLB for years. And he is plus money against the Reds and Andrew Abbott making his MLB debut.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's some respect for Abbott. I'll tell you that much. And it's not like the Brewers have been playing bad. They've won 4 out of the last 5. So are we backing the young gunner in his first MLB start against Teheran, who's been a little bit too good? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth because, you know, I've bet on the Reds a couple times as of recent. And not that I'm scared to go back to them, but I'm trying to keep my future bias out of the way. But Andrew Abbott is a guy who I'm really excited for them to bring up, especially now that he's from the left side going up against the Brewers in his first start. So you don't like a guy to make his first start in Great American Ballpark necessarily, but in a matchup like the Brewers, that is one that I don't mind. Dude, we got somebody mowing the lawn out here.
You're good. We can hear you good. You're good.
But, yeah, I do like his matchup today, especially because he's going to produce a lot of whiffs for the Brewers lineup that's, just not good against lefties in general, but going to strike out a good bit. So I've been going back and forth between the Reds and the under because I do think Teheran also pitches pretty decently today. Did see that total come down from 10 to 9.5, which is pretty few and far in between when you talk about Great American Ballpark, especially with the ceiling we've seen run-wise from a few of those games this series. Yeah. So I definitely lean that under. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. I like the Reds on the ML, I think a little bit better, but I could get behind that under as well. I like both. But that Reds ML might be one of my favorite plays of the day today. Yeah, I don't usually like backing rookies, but, I mean, that's some respect. And the Reds don't get a lot of line respect, hence why you locked them in 2,500 to make the playoffs the other week.
Yeah, and I mean, this I will say this line, it's not as juicy as I think it was first time around, but it reminds me a lot of the Yuri Perez line. In his first he came out and dominated. I don't know that line off the top of my head, but I think it was a little longer than this.
I was on Miami that game. I think they were minus 145, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say 45-50, but it does remind me a little bit of this, especially with the move, because I think it was 20-25 opening it up, and now we're seeing a pretty consensus minus 130.
Okay. That's some serious respect for the Reds, boys. That definitely catches my eye. All right? Give me the Reds, ML. Love it. All right, 2 more games, boys. Wainwright versus Perez with a total of 10. I like the over. That's it. We move. It's that easy. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rangers team total.
Rangers team total over to stay hot.
Yeah, because I really think this is like a square up day with Perez, but I don't want to bet on Martin Perez because I think the Gen texted the same thing to us. He's like, the second I bet on Martin Perez, he's gonna lose by 15. So like I I don't want to do that necessarily, but I think Ueno gets blown up today. It's probably not a hot take. You're probably going to hear it all day, but just going to stick with Rangers runs because I don't want to get burned. I don't think Martin Perez pitches that well either. And we say this every time we fade him, and he doesn't pitch well, and they still find a way to win. So I'll die on that hill today, I guess.
Somebody in chat asked for the last time Yelich has hit a home run. And I'm trying to find the data. He hasn't hit a home run since May 14th when he had one, and the day before that he had two. Since then, he has not hit a home run.
Yeah, I will say don't even look at odds for Great American Ballpark games. I'll say that because there's been in every single game. I think it's been the weirdest order I've ever seen. Kirk Casale was second in the odds for the Saturday game. You had Brian Anderson, Tyrone Taylor up at first and second in odds for I think yesterday's game. It's all been super weird, and that hasn't really mattered. So. Not that I think it's a bad take necessarily, but I've just resigned everything off of those games.
Okay. So we know two things now. The odds are going to be short at Great American Ballpark because that's literally Cooperstown-sized park with how much runs they score there. And number two, he's probably going yard tonight, huh?
Could be.
After that combo, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Give me that over. I'm not overthinking it, no pun intended. Javon likes that Rangers team total over, a little isolated. Don't hate that one bit. It's not sharp to fade the Rangers right now, Chad. I tried it yesterday. I do not recommend to a friend. Just do not fade that offense right now. They are cracked. They are locked in. Shit wager yesterday for me, Chad. Shit wager. No more. Let's back the Rangers bats until they cool off, and then we can start fading. All right? And then Cubbies versus Padres tonight. On MLB Network, let's freaking go. Hendricks versus Snell, I bet. This game is sketch. I want to take the over so freaking bad, but I've taken the over in the last two Padres games. I look like a moron the first one, and then last night I had the over. They scored 8 runs in the first 3 innings, Javon, and not a single one after that. That stung. I'm not going to lie to you. That one hurt the soul. So I'm not really in a rush to go back and bet that over. But I'll tell you what, I want to fade Snell against one of the most patient teams in baseball, the Cubbies. They're going to take their walks for sure. And a guy like Nico Orner, who may be one of the best left-handed hitting hitters in baseball, try saying that 5 times fast. I want to back him and the Cubbies lineup to score some runs just like they did last night. And I want to back the Padres bats to get going against Hendricks and take this over here, which is already up about half a run. Most places might even close at 9. Holy smokes, that juice is already up to minus 120, chat. Cubs rake versus lefties, maybe the most popular narrative today. Great. Take everything I just said and throw it out. God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, those numbers have faded a little bit. I'll say that. But I do think, like you said, I'm one to always be pounding this drum, and the patience of the Cubs lineup is going to come in very handy against Snell today, even if they're not destroying balls off of them. So I haven't gone to this over. Yeah, there you go. I mean, he's getting lit up today now, but
Yep.
I haven't gone to this over really once, so I haven't been burned by it. Today I might do it.
Oh. Okay.
I do think he gets touched up a little bit. I think Hendricks pitches well, but not well enough to necessarily shut the Padres down, which I could probably do. But yeah, I do like runs in this game a little bit. Maybe early. I could see. Kyle Hendricks. Josh is always talking about him giving up a first inning Turk. I could see that happening, and I could see Snell giving up a couple in the first too. Maybe a Yurfie.
Let's check out the Yurfie odds for this game. I know they have them up there. Huh. We'll check them out here. First inning should be right up there. Yep. First inning, Yurfie. Yeah. The Yurfie's juiced.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
The Yurfie's a little juiced.
There's going to be a run on the first.
Okay. Is that up on Prize Picks? Let's take a peep, chat. First inning runs allowed. Let's see if they got our guys. Would you look at that? It's up there. 2 big names whose names are better than their performances recently. 2 offenses that don't scare me much of late. Although the Cubs against lefties is prime, right? Great spot. I would love to take that Yurfie.
Yeah,
I can get behind that.
I'm down for that.
Okay. Snell over hits. Ooh.
It's another
Snow
guy.
under K's.
I just don't dare to take his over hits. It's because if he comes out and has 3 hits allowed but 6 walks, it's a shit outing. But you don't win.
100%. 100%. I'm late to stream. Did y'all talk college ball? Yes, sir. We did talk a little bit of college ball. We can go ahead and pivot over to CBB real quick. Gosh, I miss saying CBB. Let's go over the cards and take a peep at it and see if there's plays we like today that we recommend. It is a little bit tough, though, because some of these games are must-wins for one team, and the other team, can risk losing this game, and then they get a second chance tonight for a doubleheader in an elimination Game 7 type. Okay, so that's why you're seeing TCU at plus 140, chat, even though they destroyed Arkansas last night. TCU, if they lose this game, they get another chance. Arkansas, they lose this game, they're going home. All right? So that's why you're seeing TCU after 20 runs at plus 140 here. You're going to get the A bullpen from Arkansas immediately. If there's any sort of trouble, TCU, not so much. Not so much. Who else on this board, though, Javon, do you like betting-wise today? You talked about Texas A&M. Maybe they're a good look on the ML.
Yeah, they would probably be my team to target here.
Okay.
I just can't really get a grip on a lot of these first games on the board. Other than I'm not just going to take TCU, but I'll probably take the over in that game coming up here in an hour and a half. Do you think we get definitely some B team arms from both of these teams? So you're going to get runs. Arkansas is going to be very desperate. They're probably going to run out, their best slew of arms, which whoever they have left, I don't even know at this point. But TCU is going to be very conservative. I'll tell you that from what I've heard.
All right, chat. We'll stay posted if Javon loves anything in these game 2s, and the lines aren't even out yet. I'm sure he'll tweet out something. But for now, you roll with the over in that Arkansas TCU game starting up here in a little bit, and then Texas A&M. Little late night ML piece. Plus
late night plus chick. The teams are rolling. I mean, we got to talk about the finals while we're here too, so we can break down it a little bit since we have a little
100%. 100%.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Spoelstra, man. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra. That was legitimately one of the best coaching performances I've seen, adjustments wise. I tweeted the same thing in quite some time in the playoffs, and there was a counter to every single move the Nuggets made, which really a lot of the moves weren't even coaching adjustments from their side. It was just the personnel they were bringing out. There's an answer to it all. So I was extremely impressed. And if you're taking Nuggets minus 2.5 in Game 3 going back to Miami, good luck.
Let's take a peep at those series odds if we can, Joshy. I know we talked about them before the championship started, right? We noticed how it was a little odd that let's see if we can find the spreads too if they still have them, Josh.
Well, before we do that, we should probably get a little pulse check on our series entry on Prize Picks.
Sure.
And if you can bring that up, Josh, but we have it's pretty big pulse. Caleb Martin. That was nobody loved that pick.
No, he has 6 points, chat.
6 points, yeah.
How about it?
He's sick and doesn't have the same role. So, I mean, that was free.
I bet he's sick. Yep.
Yeah. Bam.
He's got a little tummy ache, I bet.
Yeah. I mean,
grow the fuck up, dude. Grab bench. Gabe Vincent's in the game. He's red hot. Grab bench.
Of course.
That's all I gotta say about Martin. Yeah.
Bam.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Give yourself a pat. I want to see it.
There you go.
Attaboy.
There you go. He's been
Great
dominant.
Call.
Absolutely dominant this series. So
Great call.
Jamal Murray, I guess game 1 was pretty dominant, but not from 3. So then they've been running him off the line, which is really good to see. So as long as they limit him in these next 2 games, I feel pretty good. KCP and MPJ, both from 3, really have to step it up. They're not hitting shit.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only worrying square. MPJ looking pretty good on the boards, even though he got cut out of some defensive got cut out of some minutes because of his defensive lapses last night. So that'll be something to watch there. And then Jimmy not doing his thing on the boards. So, I mean, this entry looks pretty good if we can get a couple threes from KCP in Game 3.
I mean, that Jimmy under was the weirdest square maybe we've ever taken in our life with how well he's been doing on getting boards. Saw it get bumped down. Sometimes you got to, when the lines are talking, chat, I bring this up all the time. All you got to do, you just listen. And that one was speaking to me. We listened. It's looking pretty good. Still 2 games left. All right, chat. We're going to need KCP legacies. We need him to get hot in one of these next 2 games because he doesn't really look like he's in a rush to be shooting the ball right now. He does not look like he's, at least last night, he did not look like he was, hoping to get his shots up. He did not look like he gave a hoot. And he also played some of the worst defense I've ever seen, which from him was rare. Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, he handed them 6 free throws on jump shooters. So I mean, that kept them in the game. That was super important.
He's usually, he's known as one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball. So that was a brain fart and a half. 2 brain farts.
It was interesting, but I will say I do, not just because I liked it from the beginning of the series, but they haven't made an adjustment to make him be the guy in that zone yet, and I think that's going to be coming game 3. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the game to do it, especially, I mean, Michael Porter Jr. has been pretty atrocious from 3, and it didn't help that he had some defensive lapses last game. So I'm not going to say they're just not going to play him, but it's going to be very specific, the role that they're going to put him in. And I know he's going to get going eventually. He's not going to be terrible all series, but the KCP game where you have, 3 or 4 threes, I think is inbound against that zone. So I still feel pretty confident about him. I think this entry is looking pretty solid.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out Max Strus showing back up last night in the first quarter.
Yeah, I thought it was about to be the Strus game. He was balling.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Absolutely balling. Well, chat, hope you guys tailed this responsibly as always. It's looking pretty decent. Let's hope KCP steps it up. And let's go back to the series prices here and the spreads. So we saw before the series, the Heat were juiced for that plus 2.5. Now they're minus 425. Holy smokes. I mean, it's not rocket science. All they're going to do is win one more game, right? Javon, where's your head at for the rest of the series? Are we still sticking to the script that we wrote up before the finals started?
Oh, I mean, my script, I guess you could say, was there was no chance. I think I said this verbatim. There was no chance the series ends in 4 or 5. So I still feel very, very confident in that. I guess odds are reflecting that. I guess I feel very confident in what's now minus 425. But, I mean, I will say the line for this game being 2.5 and seems to be going down in a lot of places. It's making me think that, I mean, the Heat go up 2-1. This is a dangerous spot for the Nuggets. Yeah. Playing game 4 in Miami in a pretty much must-win situation. So it'll be interesting to see because the real story with this has been what we saw early in the Celtics series. I think from really the second half of game 1 on, Eric Spoelstra has been masterclassing against Mike Malone. These are some of the best adjustments I've seen him make. Personnel-wise, starting Kevin Love brought a real spark to that offense. Floor spacing was much different. Letting Gabe Vincent kind of take over when Jimmy's not as aggressive, super impressive. Bringing Duncan Robinson in, who made a spark there. That run was absolutely incredible. Brought the Heat back in this game. I mean, everything. He seems to have the counter for everything. And it's super interesting to see what he's going to do next because Mike Malone's going to come out with a little changed personnel. But Eric Spoelstra has been the star of this series so far.
He's 10 steps ahead.
Yes.
He's 10 steps ahead. The start with Kevin Love was genius. Worked out great. The mid-game adjustments worked out great. Second half adjustments worked out incredibly. Everything the Nuggets threw at them, everything they tried differently last night, nothing worked. And you know who deserves that credit? Like you already said, Spoelstra, the coach, who gets no respect or no credit, at least in terms of how much he should be getting. I mean, he's one of the best coaches I've ever seen in any sport. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm biased towards him, and I love him, but people don't give him a lot of credit because some of the championships he won were obviously with the Big Three, which are one of the best teams ever assembled. But he's done incredible things. And I would also recommend for people who aren't as familiar with some of the things he does, listen to JJ Redick break him down. He has like a podcast or show or a stream or something. He always goes on ESPN talking about it. He breaks it down very, very well of exactly what Eric Spoelstra does, and it's actually crazy. Some of the adjustments he makes, even from like a possession-to-possession basis, it's all planned, and it's been absolutely incredible to watch so far this season or so far this series. Okay.
Joshy's hitting me up saying, "Quick LeBron to Dallas talk." What's going on with that? I'm not in the loop.
Dallas. They just Seems like Kyrie came out and reached out because he wanted him to go to Dallas. That ain't happening, bro. LeBron or Bronny going to USC, he ain't leaving LA. Respectfully,
No, dude. This is all set up for his son to play on the Lakers for a season in a few years. They're not going anywhere. Although this is a fire graphic made by our guy Daniel. Good work, Daniel.
Yeah, there you go.
Love it. Holy smokes. He does look fresh in the Mavs uni, I will say. If he's going anywhere else, I'll be honest, and I mean this respectfully, he's probably not going to Dallas first, I'd say. There's probably a couple other locations he'd be going to. But LeBron's not going anywhere, guys. He's a Laker for the rest of his career. His son's going to play on the freaking team, whether he deserves it or not, when he goes pro. Although I will say his son has gotten significantly better over the past few years. I want to see it. Who doesn't want to see that? That'd be awesome. That'd be crazy.
I mean, everybody would.
The Jen said barf. LeBron, Luka, Kyrie, and Draymond. I mean, that would be a dynasty. That the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
That team will also never be a team. That's never going to be. So,
Yeah.
no need to talk about it really much, but very, very cool graphic and very interesting. To be honest, though, anytime I hear anything come out of Kyrie Irving's mouth, I usually just think the opposite. Or I just at this point,
Hey, to be fair, it didn't come out of his mouth. It came out of some random reports. So,
okay.
I mean, I'm sure that's going to happen. I bet.
That's my son. I could see it like it was yesterday. You think he whines now? Imagine when his son gets a bad call on him. He's going to cry. He might hurt a ref. You're so right, DeGen. Maybe you're right, dude. The one thing I don't like about LeBron is his whining on the court. That's the one thing. And that would get worse. I'm with you.
Good.
Shit. All right, boys. Well, we talked about all the MLB games today. We've got about 15 minutes. Javon, I want your NBA Finals prediction, though. I want your updated script after Game 2. Where are we at? Take us through the next couple games.
I think they win Game 3. I think he won Game 3.
Holy
so I'm not,
smokes.
yeah, and that's really not including like recency bias, which is why I'm still going to stick to Nuggets in 6, only because I don't want to overreact to a single game. But I do think the Heat come back and they win Game 3, and it'll be interesting to see how Tyler Hero fits into all of this because, I mean, if we're talking like our series entry too, plays really good for Jimmy rebounds. But one thing the Heat have been lacking really in this whole playoff stretch, but especially like in their worst offensive games, shot creation off the dribble. So that's what Tyler Hero gives them. Does it limit them a little bit defensively? Yeah, it does. So I'll be interested to see how Spoelstra kind of adjusts to that because even if I think since I do think they win Game 3, I think Game 4 is going to be Mike Malone's adjustments to kind of go at Tyler Hero. So I don't think that that's going to lose them a game alone, but it's going to be another point for adjustments, and I'll be interested to see how that happens, even if he doesn't end up coming back in Game 3. But it'll be interesting. I'll stick to Nuggets in 6 for now, but depending on how Game 3 turns out, that could change.
I mean, if he's already talking about how he doesn't want to come in and mess up the rhythm of what's going on right now, that tells me he's not fucking playing.
Yeah, I mean, I was initially very against it because I didn't want, like you're saying, rhythm of the team. Like, I don't want them to mess that up the way they're playing this postseason. But, like, stretches like Game 1. In Game 1, like, yes, you can say they're coming off a 7-game series, going up in elevation against a team that was rested, coming off a sweep. Like, it was a terrible spot for them. But in spots like that where they're at their worst offensively, they need that shot creation. So, like, I'm not going to say no, I don't want them to play, but it's a very tricky situation. And not respectfully, the fit's atrocious, bro. I don't know why he comes in with those bucket hats are insane that he comes every single game with sitting courtside. I'm just like, bro, respectfully, sometimes he's just doing too much.
It looks like he took like a lamp from my grandma's house and took off the light and just put the top on his hat and went to the game.
Yeah, sometimes.
Unbelievable. Krabs, I'm nuking Royals ML. Lick me respectfully. You know what? That's the old Krabs, vintage Krabs you're looking for. Chiote, I'm a changed man. I don't bet on the Royals anymore. I don't lose 45 units in an MLB season anymore. Okay? I'll leave that to you. I wish you the best of luck. I do think they win today, but I'm not allowed to bet on them. Not until at least the All-Star game. Buy Bruce Brown stock. They need more IQ and playmaking against the zone. Well, he knocked up Lana Rhodes, so are we really talking about his IQ? I don't really know.
That's
the guy.
Incredibly slept on. Yeah, that's starting to come out now is hilarious, but doesn't change the fact that he's absolutely right. If you got a props up, especially if they're assist based, Bruce Brown is definitely going to be a huge part against that zone, or a huge asset against that zone. Yeah,
I don't think Chat
yeah,
might not be
hear about that? You didn't hear about that?
Everyone thought it was Blake Griffin's kid, yada, yada, yada. A year went by. Nobody heard a lick. Even as a baby daddy who probably doesn't want to raise the kid, even that's a little weird for it still not to come out officially after like a year. And now people are saying that it's Bruce Brown's kid with Lana Rhodes. And the way he's been playing recently, that could account for his uptick in confidence this season because he's got to be feeling pretty good. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Did more props just go up for him?
They just go up as we were talking about it.
What the?
Oh, they're
insane.
Just rebounds and free throws and a fantasy score. Yeah, I mean,
that could be a sign.
That could be a sign. I might be looking at some. I wish they had solo assists up there, but I might have to get some points and assists. We'll see.
Okay. I agree that Bruce Brown's playing great basketball, all jokes aside. So that comment was right. I just could not resist. W's. All right, chat. We got about 10 minutes. All right. You know what time it is. BTL squad rides. And would you look at that coming in to mush the whole thing right at the end?
I got What's up, fellas?
You could come on any other time besides the squad ride, dude. Come on the other hour and 20 minutes.
The squad ride was about one of 3 bets I hit this past weekend.
Okay, that's good to hear.
The over in that Phils game.
Air.
Yeah,
Dodgers Nuggets paid last night.
Dude, the Doyers and Cardinals this past weekend, man.
I mean, look, I've had some bad slips with MLB of late. Don't get me wrong, but that was one of the worst I've ever seen.
That was one of the worst fucking slips ever. That was bad, bro.
10 units.
Yeah, minus 410, I bet.
One last dono before the plane ride, I bet.
Unbelievable. Well, you guys are alive. You made it home. You had some hilarious videos. Chad, if you guys haven't checked out what they were doing this weekend in Vegas, it's worth a watch. You guys had some funny-ass bids.
Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you fucking enjoyed it.
I'm glad you guys are alive.
I didn't think we were going to make it. What's the squad ride today, fellas? What are we nuking?
We're about to start crafting.
Yeah,
we're about to start crafting. Limited slates. Might have to throw in some college baseball. I don't know. But I'm down to craft with you, gents, and get some options out there for chat, who's been on fire.
Yeah, you
4-0-1 last week. We'll take that. 91, 57, and 3. We'll take that any day of the week. Holy smokes. It's getting crazy. I'm not going to lie. I talked about it earlier, Trent. I'm like, it's not even us. We're putting out 5 plays we like, and they're clicking the right buttons. It's insane. So let's keep doing it, chat. That Texas A&M baseball play might be a look, Garrett. But let's start with baseball. Let's start with MLB. I want to put the Reds in there. You got any Reds model computations down there, Trent, yet? How's the model looking?
I have no thoughts on the Reds. They're favored against the Brewers?
Yeah, and also RIP Lodolo future. That sucks.
That sucks.
I'm hoping this kid's coming up to start. He's supposed to be good.
Hoping that he doesn't come back at this point, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it'll avoid.
Yeah. So far, it's looking like it'll avoid. But I saw some weird trend that the Brewers are like 13-14 in their last 14 against the Reds or some shit. I don't know. I think it was Gabagool who posted it. Let me confirm.
They just don't play well. Yeah, see if you can confirm with Gabagool. Okay. Maybe Cincinnati plays Milwaukee well. Okay. Either way, I mean, Tehran's had 2 crazy starts, and that's some respect for Abbott in his MLB debut. The Reds never get respect. Brewers have won 4 or 5. The kid's minus 133 and moving right now. It's got to be the Reds.
Is that Jim Abbott's kid?
I don't know.
You know
Someone's
Jim
in
Abbott.
chat saying that.
Jim Abbott used to live in my neighborhood.
Damn.
Monday trend: Brewers have won 15 of the last 21 meetings, including 10 of the last 13 at Cincinnati.
Oh, so they own Cincinnati.
And
so does everybody, like trend-wise, though.
Yeah.
They
That's
suck.
a good point. It's like that'd be like us talking about trends against the Athletics right now with how bad.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Like the one they're like 0-2 20 something with a right-handed starter. Yeah, because they blow. Like that was
Yeah.
the trend before that.
Yeah, for sure. Still makes it a little weirder. Still
No,
makes
I'm
me
not,
like the Reds
not
more.
talking you off by any means. Just
Yeah.
remembered I saw that this morning.
Yeah,
Javon, are you cool with putting that in there?
I am. Very cool.
Okay. What else? What else do you love today? Remind me. You like
Strohs.
the Strohs ML?
Yeah,
Okay.
taking the bait.
I like it. I don't know
Let's just fade
Why?
Manoah.
why are they plus Chicky, man.
If it was any other starter than Belak, I'd be very worried. But still starting to move their way.
It is starting to move their way right now. I noticed that. Okay.
Yeah, continue.
Okay.
So I'm cool with
I mean, Manoah's also been getting crazy line respect all year. So is Toronto, even though he's been pitching terribly. So it's not the craziest thing to see Houston as a dog here. And we like it. And like Javon said it perfectly earlier, we're taking the bait with the Astros.
Yeah.
That have
He
to.
also is like even like on the surface, his numbers are worse at home. But like I was looking into a lot of his like advanced expected numbers and everything, he's dog shit in Toronto. Like it's
Okay.
bad. It's bad. There's a bigger
Okay.
difference, I think.
Yeah, let's keep fading them.
Yeah.
No questions asked. What else? Rangers team total over.
Yeah.
That game is so sus.
I mean, the over looks so free.
I
Does it
like
not?
that. I like totals in this game.
Yeah.
As far as sides go, man, like what the fuck?
I mean, that's some respect for Perez with how bad he's looked, but it's not like Wainwright's pitched any better. He's been
It also
terrible
opened
as well.
pick 'em.
It opened a pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now it's minus 140.
Holy smokes. And let's see where the bets are at.
All on
My
the Rangers,
goodness.
bro.
I could assume.
Yeah, they are.
All the Rangers. Yeah.
Especially, I mean, dude, if you watch the lick of Cardinals baseball this weekend, man, you're jumping off the ship.
Yeah, dude. What a
Yeah.
joke.
I'm telling you, they're gonna find a way to fucking win this game, man. No sense.
After that being said, they will find a way to fuck us and win this game.
Yeah. I'll die on
But
that.
it's Rangers in the over there, or the two plays.
I don't often
Giovanni-
pick the Rangers in very square spots, but I'll do it today.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Team total, he likes. Team total over.
Yeah, team total. Only because Martin Perez.
Okay. Okay. So right now we have Cincy ML, Houston ML, Texas team total over, Chicago, San Diego over. Why do I want to take it again? What is wrong with me? What
Down.
is wrong with me?
Down.
You're down? Okay, good. Okay, good. I mean, Trent, last night, dude, you were probably just happened to be alive getting home. That game last night, though, 8 runs scored, in the first 3 innings. I had over 9, and they didn't score a run the rest of the game.
The
After the
Padres
third
game?
Yep.
Oh my dude. The Padres fucking suck.
And I swear to God, I look over to my roommates. We're having a Sunday recovery day, watching some baseball, right? Look over to him. I go, this is after 2 innings of no score ball. We're in like the 5th after all those runs. I go, this is feeling like one of those games where they don't score the rest of the game and it ends 7-1. And we sit there silently for the next hour and a half as nothing happens. And then I just get downstairs. I'm like, fuck this. Unbelievable. But yeah, Javon, let's bet it again. Fuck it. God.
I haven't been betting it, so this is my first time hopping in. You know.
All right. Well, I want to fade these 2 arms. I want to fade your guy Snell, unfortunately, Trent, with how good the Cubs hit lefties. But like Mid-Major said in chat, very public narrative today. So maybe he'll pitch well.
I mean, his lines at 7 Ks hasn't been there all year.
That's a good sign. But
gonna
we
get
know
some.
with him that doesn't mean he's pitching well, though. That just means
Yeah,
he's getting
it almost
strikeouts
means
and
the
he can walk
opposite.
everyone else. You know?
Yeah.
I think we go Cubs, Padres over, and I think we throw in a little college baseball for the people if they want to get involved with that Texas A&M pick tonight, Javon.
I'm down.
Do you want to take the TCU over instead? Do you love that play?
That starts in like an hour. So
Well, there we go.
TCU
But
plays in an hour.
Let Trent know about that play though. He's going to want to tail that.
Yeah, they played an hour. So if they win, if they win, they're going to the Supers. If they lose, they play again tonight, and it's winner take all. So
Wow.
Big day for TCU tonight.
massive day, and the
Yeah.
total 16.5.
Unbelievable.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
boys! I might have to drop a well.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
over
with
TCU plus 140 as well.
Yeah,
But
please
it's
don't
not a
do it.
must-win game for them in that first game.
I'm
They
not.
get 2 chances today. All right, chat. We've got 5 plays for the squad ride, 5 winners. Cincy ML, Houston ML, Texas team total over, Chicago, San Diego over, and Texas A&M money line at plus chick tonight to take the edge off in the college baseball tournament. All right? Kyle Tucker will hit a bomb off Manoah. That might never land. I freaking hope so, my man. I freaking hope so. All right? Chat, the poll is up in the Twitch. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get your votes in. Go, go, go. There's no time. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get them in. All right? What's the model liking the most today, Trent? Let the people know before Surge. What's your one play looking at you funny on the board?
One play that's looking at me funny.
Got to be one.
Honestly, I'm probably like the Stros were looking at me funny.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, they were looking at us funny too, and we're taking the bait.
Yeah.
We're taking the bait. A plus check. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Fellas, let's make some coin today. I'm going to get ready for stream with GG's.
Yes, sir.
Chat, we'll see you in a bit.
Catch you in a little bit. All right. Peace, brother. Peace. Make sure you guys stick around for the Surge stream. All right. Coming up here in about a minute. But for now, hurry up. Get in the Twitch chat. Go vote. The poll is up. Go, 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 go. 3 seconds. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Who's going to win? Astros ML, Reds ML. Who's it going to be? Astros ML. And we're fucked. This might be the comment of the month in the BTL chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, Houston ML chat. You know what? I'm feeling good today, and Trent's due to hit a bet after last night's parlay. All right, I feel confident. He's not mushing shit. We're all cashing together tonight on the Houston Astros ML at plus check. The line's moving towards them. Grab it while you still can at plus money. All right, don't overthink it. We're all cashing out on the freaking Astros ML tonight, and we're keeping the train rolling. Squad rides did not lose last week. Let's keep that same energy this week and start out Monday with a winner, Javon. Why not us?
Why not?
Why not us? All right, Beast. Chat, we'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right, you know the drill. Stick around for Surge stream, and we'll be seeing.